The Nokia Lumia 1020 is one of the hottest phones to hit the South African market. I have Duncan, who is our in-house tech guy, and Edson, who is our app developer. They're going to tell us a little bit about the phone and some of the key features. So Duncan, why don't you tell me what sets the Nokia Lumia 1020 apart from some of the other phones on the market right now?
What really sets it apart is Microsoft has this idea of making your PC experience and your mobile experience almost the same. So they don't want a user to have any difference in experience. You'll notice the latest Windows operating system on your PC, Windows 8.1, is virtually identical to what you'll see on Windows Phone. And so that really is what sets it apart, is working across multiple devices, from a desktop PC right down through a tablet and a smartphone. It's essentially it.
Okay, let's check out this new kid on the block. First, you want to show it maybe to this camera over here so we can see what the screen looks like there.
Yeah, so the differentiating feature is that you have the live tiles. So everything seems to come alive with Windows Phone. Your pictures, for example, all work. And the key with this device is that Nokia wants you to take a lot of pictures. That's why you have a 41 megapixel massive camera. You can see it over there. I mean, this is the best they could fit in. This is the best way they could fit it, but you'll need to have a cover with this. And also, you also have a 1.9 f-stop, so it's very good for low light photography. Nokia spends a lot of money. If you've seen the TV ads on, take pictures, take all kinds of pictures. For me, the jury's still out on that. I think a lot of people are still going to take crappy pictures. Yeah. But you're going to get a high quality crappy picture.
Which is what some people want.
Yeah. And you can change everything over here. You can change white balance, focus, speed. So you can really get some professional quality photographs. Not that I can't do them, but you do get people who are able to do it. On the other hand, I do call it the stalker phone, the stalker special, because it pulls in your Facebook account, your Twitter account, it pulls in all those contacts, and they all fall right into your address book. They're right there. So if you are not keen on that, maybe that won't work for you. But again, it's different strokes for different folks.
So that's your top feature, the camera. Your second feature was that it pulls everything in. Do you have a third favorite feature?
Well, one of the things that I like very much, and they're connected somewhat, is the maps. While Google Maps on Android are probably the most popular, the Nokia has done an amazing job with Here Maps, and you are able to, unlike with Google Maps, I can download the map for the entire South Africa in one shot. It's on the device, and then even if I'm not connected to the network, I can still navigate, I can find my way. And the feature connected to that is, of course, City Lens, which is no longer one of the default apps on the device, but you can download it from the App Store. Right. And what City Lens does, it's quite cool. It uses your camera when you're in a new city, or even your own city, if you don't know downtown Sandton or whatever. And what you can do is you can use this app and point your camera anywhere, up any street. And it will use data, but it will tell you what's there. So it will point you to go this way to go and see the gardens, for example, in Cape Town, or go this way to see the court. It's a very cool feature. You'll see the navigation comes on the screen. So it navigates for you visually while you are in a city, which I think is a very cool feature.
That's really crazy. News24 has developed a Windows app that can be used on this device. Edson, can you tell me about the experience developing an app, specifically a Windows app?
We had to get this app to the market very, very quickly, and we had never developed an app for a Windows, for a phone any before. Microsoft had a lot of sort of guidelines or structures in place that we had to sort of take into consideration what we don't do when we develop websites. For example, we had to think about what happens when the guy's on the phone, it's on our app and it gets a phone call, or what happens if the guy doesn't have connectivity, or things like that.
It seems like it's a very user-friendly app when you're scrolling through here.
Yes.
I know you said you had to develop it in 2 months. Duncan, can you speak towards the usability of apps on the the Windows Phone?
Okay, yeah. The apps are very simple to run. You know, a lot of apps now have a built-in live tile. I noticed News 24's one doesn't. But you can app developers can build a live tile into the app, and that live tile will pull in content directly from that app. So you can actually engage with the app from that home screen without having to actually go into it. When you do go into it, what's cool about Windows Phone is when you're in the app, or no matter which screen you're in, if you hit the back button, the phone will just take you to the previous screens you were on, which allows you to easily switch between applications, which is a cool feature. And I'm hoping that in the next feature, the next update rather, what they'll do is they'll add that the close application button, so you can throw applications away as you can in Android. What's a Jelly Bean? You can just throw applications away.
Awesome. And now I'm just going to ask you both the hard-hitting question: would you switch to this phone?
There's not a lot of applications for the phone yet, and what I like to use on the phone it doesn't really offer. But from a features point of view, it says that there's, like, for instance, you spoke about camera, which is something that I do almost all the time. I will do it. I would switch for the phone, and the fact that the phone is actually very fast and fluid, something I think you didn't mention, is it's very fast. It just works. I will do because of that, but I wouldn't do yet because there's not a lot of apps. There's more apps available on other platforms as compared to this phone.
So you wouldn't, because there's not a lot of apps, but you do like the camera and the speed.
Yes. It's really nice.
And for those exact reasons, I would switch to this phone because, one, there are not a lot of apps, but there are also not a lot of rubbish apps. A lot of the apps are very good apps, and they work. This phone only has a 1.7 gigahertz dual-core processor, whereas the top devices from Samsung are at quad core, and still it's very fluid. You're not going to notice any slowdowns at all, and so for me that's exactly right. And of course, it's Nokia build quality. Enough said. It works.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think that was very informative, guys.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Let us know if you would switch to the Nokia Lumia 1020 by going to news24.com and visiting our technology site. You'll find all the links to our social media there.